Can you see what I'm doing over here? Bap, 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 all the tools I need. You might. Okay guys, hey, how's it going? Andy with Poly Performance here. Gonna cover a subject. This is a subject we get asked a lot today, you know, every once in a while. Can you change the top cap out, or oh hey, I screwed up my body and need to replace the body. If you're a sales guy and pretend to be a fab guy, you might have a bad time. These shocks were on a vehicle, weren't properly clearanced, and we got a dent in the body. That's about as far as this wants to go. So there's a big stiff spot in the middle of the travel. So we're gonna replace the bodies on these shocks. It's a pretty simple procedure. We gotta strip the shock all the way down, and then what we're gonna do is we're gonna apply some heat to the top cap and body area where it meets. It's red Loctite it on, it's really tight. We do have a neat tool called a strap wrench. We're gonna use this guy to pull the body off. So why don't you watch along and we'll go step by step on this. So right now I'm just pulling the last couple things out of the shock body. The comm bearing here and the eyelet. This guy is a little tricky to get out sometimes if they've been in there for a long time. We want to strip, we're going to need to strip the body completely down. If you try to disassemble it with the comm bearing in there, you're probably going to roach it and going to have a bad time. This is a down and dirty way to remove a comm bearing. You know, not ideal, but these are a little old. And I can see it's kind of starting to move, so we'll just keep whacking it. The other thing to come off here is the reservoir hose fitting. There is an O-ring inside here, so we don't want to roach that out when we're torching it. So what we do is we use the torch to break the Loctite, and then we're just gonna thread this bad boy off. Sometimes if that strap wrench isn't gonna work, pipe wrench, especially if you're not trying to save the body. If you are trying to save the body, there's a few other tricks, but it can escalate pretty quickly. You're gonna have a bad time. Next step, I'm gonna take this thing over to the parts washer, get it all cleaned up. Gonna need to replace this O-ring, this thing's fried. And then got a nice new body over here. It's all wrapped up. Gonna unwrap it and put it all back together. Just use a little bit of red Loctite, not a lot, and then just get that sucker as tight as you can. Put the shock back together. Thanks for tuning in.